Hello again, everybody. Zaki Tech is here with my Raw Supershow review for December 26th, 2011, the final Raw of 2011. And let me say this, I was not impressed with this Raw tonight. It was not the best Raw I've seen in a while. We had two matches, then we had two really bad moments in the night. Two matches, I won't even call them matches. And then we had a main event gauntlet, which okay, despite a little screw job finish. And then we had a stare down to end the show. But it was okay to build some things. You know, we had to build the whole Cena Kane thing, but I'll get to all of that in a moment. So let's start off with Chicago, Illinois, the home of Raw tonight. First thing they heard was the theme of CM Punk. They were thinking their hometown boy was going to open up Raw. Instead, it was the John Laurinaitis, coming out in a CM Punk shirt, nonetheless. It'll be kind of irony by the end of the night. He talked about being a fan of Punk, being a Punk believer, or so he thought. Here comes the real thing. CM Punk comes out talking about Laurinaitis being unoriginal, same things he's been saying for the last couple weeks about Laurinaitis being a man of the people. Yeah, right. So Laurinaitis says, Punk, you're going to have the night off. So unpredictable, huh? You're off. Not Chicago, Punk says. Laurinaitis is like, ha, got you. You are wrestling tonight in a gauntlet match. You'll be in a gauntlet. Ended up being Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, and Mark Henry. And if one of them pins you, Punk, they will get a title shot against you next week on the first Raw of 2012. Now, if he would have survived all three guys, were to survive all three guys, he would have a little bonus match because Punk's like, I want you, Laurinaitis. I want you as the fourth person if I beat Ziggler, Swagger, and Mark Henry. He didn't know the importance at the time, but we found out later. So Mr. Laurinaitis said, Punk, I'm the man of the people. And Punk's like, if you are, listen to these people. They started a you can't wrestle chant at Laurinaitis. And I said about last week's Raw about Pennsylvania, Philadelphia being a good crowd. Chicago's not that bad of a crowd either. You saw that Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view. My very first pay-per-view I reviewed, the crowd was good that night. Once again, they were good tonight, especially when Cena came out. So, after all the chants of you can wrestle, Laurinaitis is like, oh, I know, cave in. If you were to beat Ziggler, Ziggler, Mark Henry, and Jack tonight, you will face me as your fourth match. So there you go. That's how we began Raw with a gauntlet main event name. Now on our first match, which was a mini kind of a TLC rematch, Cody Rhodes taking on Booker T. This was a non-title, by the way. IC title was not on the line. This match began Raw kind of was a sign of what was to come tonight. It was an okay matchup. At best, Cody Rhodes mostly at the leverage on Booker T the whole time. Booker T, he hasn't wrestled in WWE for some time in a real full match till TLC last week. His first match on Raw, if I am correct, and they didn't say this tonight during shows. I think they had a match with Booker. I think like either he wrestled last year. I think he did wrestle last year. This year, kind of hint. I think he took on Swagger, I think, a few months ago. Kind of hint about what was to happen with him and Cody. This was okay. Booker T was getting his butt whipped most of the match with Cody. Cody had the leverage on Booker T most of the night. You know, beating the crap out of him. Booker T came flying back, giving him a head scissors kick. 1, 2, 3. Booker T gets the victory, and he does a little spinneroonie for a celebration. A little bit of a Christmas miracle after Christmas miracle for Mr. Booker T tonight. And Cody looked okay tonight against Booker. The match was like back and forth, okay. But it was like I said, Booker T was getting his butt ripped most of the match. Booker T, like I said, came back and won the match. It was kind of cool. So then we had a mixed tag match, our second match. It was Natalya teaming up with Tyson Kidd, kind of a mini Hart Dynasty reunion. Too bad D.H. Smith got fired. They took on Eve Torres and her Secret Santa. The guy's been hitting on her. The United States Champion. Woo, woo, woo. Zack Ryder. If you did not see my tagline today, I got a Bolski t-shirt and a Bolski headband wig. If you haven't watched my tagline. So there you go. Zack teamed up with Eve against Tyson and Natalya. Even when the Divas are wrestling, they chant, we want Ryder. And there are a lot of broskis and babe skis, I like to call them. There's no specific term for a babe who's a broski, so I call them babe skis. So we had Ryder and Eve getting the victory. Quick matchup. Ryder delivered a Rough Rider. Not much to say, but at least Ryder was wrestling tonight. Woo, 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 you know it. Like I said, he is not the best technical guy, but he's a fun guy. I just like him. You know, I like his show a lot, and you know, I'm glad he's getting a show. He's like a normal person. I'm glad he's getting an opportunity like this. May not last long, but who cares? So then after that, the shit hits the fan. The crappiest moments of the show happen. We had John Cena coming out, calling out Kane. Now, we saw Kane come back 2 weeks ago, attacking Cena. Last week, he choked Cena out on the table. And Cena wanted out Kane quickly. He wanted to call out Kane. Kane did not come out. It was The Miz. Miz is like, Cena, you're not going to be wrestling Kane. I want to wrestle you. Miz talked about beating Cena at Mania, but he felt the match was tainted because everyone talked about the fact he won with The Rock's interference. Basically, all Miz's matches, almost every match he won this year, had a little help in some case. You know, goes all the way back to last year, and he beat King, Jerry Lawler in a TLC match on Raw with a little help from Michael Cole after that. He's been winning with interference. So he wanted to prove to Cena he could beat him without The Rock. So Cena and The Miz happened. I won't call it a match. It was like a segment heading towards a comeback. So Cena Miz. Cena beat the crap out of Miz for 30 seconds, and Miz goes out of the ring. Blah, blah, blah. Gets counted out. Stupid. So Miz talked about, you know, how, you know, he doesn't care if he beats Cena, it doesn't matter how. He's a winner, unlike the Bears, who did lose to the Packers yesterday. And me as a Bears fan, you know, I live in Michigan, but I like the Bears, but I'm cheering on the Lions because Bears are not in the playoffs. So then Miz kept blabbing, here comes R-Truth, back from suspension / storyline injury. Comes out beating the crap out of Miz. And he was about to stump his head against the steel step, beat him all over the ring, ran him against the announce table. But R-Truth says, I'm going to take my time with you, Miz, because it's like Christmas morning. When Christmas morning comes, you open up your gifts, that feeling's gone. He wants to wait, be patient to get his just desserts with the Miz. Every night on Raw will be hell to pay until Miz gets his revenge by R-Truth paid in full. He's about to get got. Now, R-Truth's apparently a good guy again, in my mind. But people still said what to him. But they ended up cheering him at the end. So, R-Truth's turning face again. It's kind of a mixed decision for me. Because I think R-Truth is a decent heel. Despite being cuckoo, crazy. But that little thing was kind of funny. Yet it was heelish. So, we'll see what R-Truth does as a good guy again. But we'll see what happens as we begin Raw 2012 next week. Now on to our next stupid match of the night. Big Show versus David Otunga. Now Big Show was asked to enter the office of Laurinaitis earlier in the evening. The Big Show was asked by Laurinaitis what he did, why he did what he did to David Otunga at SmackDown. He punched Otunga out. And Big Show said, "Hey, Otunga, you're nothing, man. I can beat you anywhere any place with one arm tied behind my back." Laurinaitis saw a light bulb above his head saying, "Hey, I got a bright idea. How about you wrestle Otunga tonight with one arm tied behind your back?" So, Big Show was trying his best to beat the crap out of Otunga. But here comes Mark Henry distraction, disqualification. Now, let me get this straight. You had 2 matches, Zack Ryder and Eve versus Tyson Kidd and Natalya, and you had also Booker T and Cody Rhodes. You had those 2 matches to begin the night. Then you follow it up with a no contest / count out. I call it a no contest because nothing happened until Miz got counted out. And you also had a disqualification after that. Are you serious, bro? Come on. This are you in 2011? Shit may hit the fan more, but there you go. It's going to be 2 matches to begin. Then you have a DQ and no contest after that. It's like stupid. So, there you go with that situation. So, like I said, Big Show did beat Otunga about disqualification, and he ended up chokeslamming Otunga because Mark Henry's still not able to compete. Or he was advertised for the gauntlet. But we'll see if he did compete or not. Which leads up to our main event of the evening, the Punk Gauntlet, as CM Punk took on Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, and Mark Henry if he can survive both Swagger and Ziggler. Now, the first victim was Swagger, who came out with Vicky Guerrero. Now, CM Punk was in a decent matchup with Swaggy. Decent, okay, back and forth action. Swagger's trying his little moves there and focusing on the knee. And Swagger trying to go for his little jump move. Punk tried a GTS too, but ended up getting a powerhouse kick to Swagger's head. 1, 2, 3. Swagger's out. Time for Dolph Ziggler to come out. Now, Dolph Ziggler about to come out to the ring, but he did not. He hesitated a bit. Bell did not ring, so this could happen. Swagger attacked Punk from behind, furthering damaging the knee. As we headed towards commercial, Punk was still favoring the knee as Ziggler got him to take his time to take on Punk in the second match of his gauntlet. So Ziggler got a little leverage on Punk. In the commercial break, we headed back from commercial with Ziggler getting the advantage on Mr. Punk, beating the crap out of Punk, and Punk trying to make a comeback despite his bad knee. He was rocking and rolling. He was ready to make a pinfall. Vicky Guerrero interfered. But here's what happened. After Vicky's little interference, which referee did not see, John Laurinaitis came out, kicking out Vicky Guerrero, which in any other time would be great to kick out someone for interfering in a match. But he was interfering because when he was kicking out Vicky, Punk had the pin on Ziggler. The referee got distracted by John Laurinaitis kicking out Vicky. Well, Laurinaitis' distraction led towards a zigzag. 1, 2, 3. Dolph Ziggler wins. That means he gets a title shot against CM Punk next week on Raw. And that means we did not see the Laurinaitis Punk match. And Mark Henry wrestle as well. Now, a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about Dolph Ziggler making the main event. Now, we saw Ziggler beat Randy Orton a few weeks ago. We saw him beat, I forgot who else he beat, like a big guy. But Ziggler was kind of like teased for title one with his short-lasting World title reign when Edge got storyline fired this past February. He's still called a world champion, though. Cole still calls him that. And Ziggler is pretty good as a guy, you know. He's pretty good wrestler. I like him a lot, despite the fact I'm a wider fan. But, hey, you know, I say Ziggler deserves a main event spot, but it's too early. You know, but I bet you $10. Yeah, just using it. I bet you that Ziggler, when he wrestles Punk next week for the title, like something will happen. Disqualification, or maybe Jericho's return, or whoever returns on 1-2-12. We saw another promo for that, by the way, about the return. No clear hints tonight, but still. So I think there was a clock that said 2, and it tweeted made a Y. So who knows what will happen there. But I bet you that Ziggler Punk, disqualification will happen, and there may be a rematch between Ziggler and Punk at Royal Rumble. Especially since Alberto Del Rio's injured. But Del Rio came out earlier on and mentioned that Alberto came out in a wheelchair. Alberto injured his groin. I read about it over WrestleZone because I heard he missed a couple of house shows. So Alberto's out for a bit. So maybe that's why they want Ziggler to take Alberto's spot, since Alberto can't wrestle for a while. They're trying to push Ziggler as well. So we'll see what happens with Ziggler Punk next week on the first Raw 2012. But it's time for our last segment of 2011. John Cena Kane confrontation. Kane came out talking about stuff. And here comes John Cena. He was ready to head on down there. And Kane put a wall of fire to block Cena entering the ring. And Kane talked about why he did what he did to Cena. So he ran into a long little dialogue about hate. What everyone's been trying to say to John Cena for the last couple of weeks about confronting the hate instead of ignoring it. Because Cena is all about rising above the hate. Kane's like, you rise above hate, Cena. People live on hatred, Cena. He ran to this whole little promo, and the crowd was getting restless. I think they wanted action to end warm. You know, and he's cut shots of people like looking at anything else doing? You know what I mean? That's what I thought in my mind. Kane's not the best talker in the world. He didn't okay for his promo. You know, like saying the world's a dark place, and Cena needs to embrace the hate and express himself instead of holding back like he's been doing. You know, that's what everyone's trying to make Cena do, especially with the Rock thing. You know, he needs to turn heel. That's what everyone's trying to do. So we end warm of Cena staring down Kane with the sounds of Cena sucks ringing in his head as we end warm. No action. Back last segment with a little breakdown fight to end 2011. Weird, bro. So there you go. Like I said, what was a mixed result tonight? We had Cena and Kane building up a little bit. Maybe they'll focus more on Kane Cena next week. Miz and Truth's back. We'll see maybe his and Miz's feud develop over the next couple weeks. Heading towards the Rumble. Probably they'll be in the Rumble or wrestle in a match at the Rumble. But like I said, what was a mixed bag? You had 3 real matches and 2 crummy ones. Although the third real match is kind of screwy with Raw Niners getting involved. So there you go. That is my Raw Super Show review. Comment below on your thoughts on the show. But what do you guys think about Ziggler getting the title shot against Punk? Is it too soon for Ziggler to get a shot against Punk, especially after he lost the U.S. title to Mr. Ryder? Thoughts, comments below. Like and subscribe to the video. My channel, please. That in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you very much. See you later. Yeah.